everyone, it's Roktan! Welcome once again to the Red Light District. I hope this works this time. Monumentally frustrating. I don't know what was going on, but for some reason, my audio from the Kinect mic was not several times. Basically, I'm redoing an entire stream because the Kinect mic on my end, like, I did an entire stream. Basically, you could see me in the screen, you could see me, my lips moving, but couldn't hear me talking. And I have no idea what the hell happened. Hopefully this works this time. I am gonna be pissed if this does not work now. This better freaking work, because I want to finish this. I don't know. I think the Kinect is like just being stupid, or could be possibly breaking down for reasons I don't even understand. Like, I mean, it did fall that one time, but I've never had this. Like, all the other streams have been fine. This is the last one, and just now trying to get it to stream, it would, for some reason, it suddenly the microphone would just not cooperate. Anyways, I'm redoing the stream for a couple reasons, that being one, and yeah, the problems with the audio. Other reason being, I made the mistake of the night of actually doing the entire starting the level, the final level, night of the last stream I did, and what I ended up finding out is, like, I was attempting to do a weapon mod mastery, finish a weapon mod mastery, and I was looking up to find out what's the best way to do that weapon, to farm the monsters for that weapon mod mastery, because you need to. It's the rocket launcher lock-on one, and you have to kill summoners with it. So someone suggested do the final level. The first wave of monsters has 2 of them in it. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. But I found out is if you do a mission or level the first time through, once you start it, you cannot restart it. If you're doing it for the first time, you cannot go back at all. Shut up, stupid Kinect. That better not screw that up. That you can't go back to the level. Anyway. I didn't tell you to do that, so shut up. That better not screw me. Anyway, so I'm redoing the final level because I want to show it. Hopefully this one works, because if this doesn't work, I'm not doing it again until I get the new system set up. I'm just not even gonna bother. And hopefully I can transfer the save file over. I might stream it again once the new setup is. I have the new entertainment center now. I just haven't set it up yet. Let's get going. So, interestingly enough, by destroying Vega, you've created a portal directly into the heart of hell. Now you must find your way to the source of UAC's power, known as the Well. Crucible will allow you to absorb and contain the energy of the well for good. One of the things I've noticed is about how, in I think pretty much every game in the series, it just if anything, it looks just very like you're in a dimension, like a bleak dimension that's very much like or the surroundings of it look very rocky, almost like you're in like like a cave, like a deep cave. And I don't know. There's no fire. So I think that's one of the big things that's lacking from every. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything for. I don't know what the Kinect is. I mean, apart from a few fires, it never looks that hellish. I don't know, apart from the backgrounds. This looks very. I don't know. I don't know what I would want from what, like, if you took the depictions of hell from various literature and religious stuff, what it really should look like in terms of Doom. I just feel like it doesn't look nightmarish enough, if that makes sense. It kind of looks like bunch of rocky it never really feels that hellish, apart from the massive amount of demons you face. Oh, another thing I want to mention before I start is like oh yeah, I should go ahead and start fighting whatever. Is that what was I gonna say now? Oh, they give you more challenges to do, which doesn't make sense to me, considering, like, if you've done all the challenges at all the other levels, you'll have enough points to upgrade everything, so why give you more? I've never understood that when it comes to games that give you a certain, that give you, like, a system of upgrading, and then you get a certain... whatever it is that you get that you need to collect, that you collect. I've played several games where it's like, it gives you more than you end up needing. And I've never quite understood. I can sort of understand if it was a little bit more than they give you almost too much. They actually end up giving you too much, way more than. No, I don't mind there being more secrets to find. And like more collectibles, that's fine. I just don't understand why have more challenges. I got the achievement. That's the part I don't get. But get ready, there's a big fight happening. Now you're gonna see that power up. That's another example I'm gonna make a verbal power up. Because most of the end, if you come into the room and you just start around in that area, that's where everything when it comes to this game, well, I found that I tend to stick around the immediate area. I don't move around that much. So when it puts an outside of the area that I enter, I don't see it. I just don't see it. I think that's the big problem. To explain that, I've talked about it before in other streams. To go into it because once I finish the game fully, I'm going to go over what thoughts of the game. I'm actually going to give a score in the game, which I never liked the idea of having a score-based system for a video game in terms of good it is. My thought has always been recommend it or not. That should be the end. That should be the be-all, end-all. Is it good enough that you would still? Is it good enough that you would play it? Yeah. That's flaws, but fun enough. Anything else is kind of less. Not that you shouldn't discuss problems with it that might hamper people's enjoyment of it, but at the end, I just feel like the score. People focus so much on the score, and the score ends up being this huge point of discussion, and it's so many people and gamers in general just up in arms over what the game deserves in terms of a score. But I'm going to attempt to give it a score regardless, and I'm going to do like a 10-point scale and knock off points for every flaw I can think of. And I feel this game does have flaws, and it does not deserve as high of a score as I've seen it get on most like review sites and such. Well, I do like the fact. This is one of the things I do like is that immediately you can relatively stagger the small nest if they're tougher for this. Just generally that your plus still does just enough damage that if on the enemy, if you do it right, you can put them into a stagger. Whereas in the sequel, your basic punch is fucking worthless, and I hate that. It doesn't make sense given, like, you're basically told, and even gameplay, you gotta get the impression that you're supposed to be a fucking badass. Yet he can't hunt, he can't stagger a normal fucking possessed zombie. Fuck you. That's bullshit. One thing I will say, I think, well, I suppose it's kind of fiery. In a way, I almost appreciate 3's Hell, because Doom 3's Hell is much darker. And I just kind of like the idea of Hell being dark, and maybe it's the idea that Hell is this dark fucking hole that almost no light. That actually makes it scary to me, is the idea that or at least it's dark. I don't know, I just the idea, to me, the idea of Hell being dark and hard to see in make Hell way more scary, I think. This is now. If you thought that was a big fight, get ready because he's next. So basically, your job is you have to find these great things, snap, and these are massive. To do it. Hang on, what the hell? Who is calling me? Well, I can't answer you right now. Oh. Okay, sorry about that. You can call me now. I don't care if it's work on the middle of it. Calls on the other phone, I'm turning that off too. Trying to do things. Want to get this done, and hopefully I'll never have to do it again. None of it's fun, because it is. I don't want to have to reach this level again through the streaming. I do have this game for the Nintendo Switch, so that doesn't mean I wouldn't up for playing it. I have it there. Not that. Think of redoing this level. I want to take a break. Or playing other things. I have other stuff I'm trying to work on. I want to go back to playing WoW. Past few days I haven't. Trying to get this done. Also, I've been trying to hang out with my friend again. I haven't with him for quite a long time. I started playing this new game with him, Roktan. Another game at a state that makes paladins. Pirates. It's pretty fun, actually, if you played some particular game mode. It was other game modes. It was putting us in the people that kick their ass. Once we picked the right game mode, it became a lot more fun. Also, how it's required there could that you could respawn. Really? I don't know, maybe. No, I don't think it's different. I'm trying to remember. Back because I got really playing for a while and then put away. I mean, kind of didn't say anything. Put away by like family or something. Grab something to eat. But in the time he was away, I started to get tired. And I just kind of offset it. Also, a case of like, it's fair. Like, I might not cold in this room, but whenever I touch a controller or my mouse, it's like ice. It feels like Oh. Then, like, I have to, like, keep playing it for... warm up. Really annoying. Yeah, let's... First of... Well, actually, you already had the first fight, so there's like 4 big base fights. I'd say the music is awesome overall, and I like this particular track, but whatever the electronic sound or whatever they do is actually really great. Is that it? Or is there... Oh, okay. 4 guys down. So this guy, he's standing behind the other and running backwards, but not moving. But I think that might have been a glitch. After fighting the final boss took me a couple tries to beat her, but honestly, she wasn't that bad overall. Which is another complaint I would get into when it comes to that I actually forgot to mention when I did this stream the first time. My overall thoughts at the end. Those are the race. I'm not even you know what? I'm not even entry this time. I just really don't care anymore. I just want to I just want to show the last level of the stream. I really don't care about rating it right now. I just don't. Before I care, but now, after all the problems I've just had just trying to get this last stream in, I just don't give it.
He must not be allowed to fail.
Never find out what that voice is. I am honestly a bit curious to find out what that hell is. I don't think even in Doom Eternal you've ever figure out where the sword. It does kind of sound like maybe you would expect. Probably. Oh, medicine. That's one of the things that I don't think these movements ever done. And maybe they don't want to just. Maybe that's just something they don't want to touch. It's the idea of trying to in their game. They don't want. I mean, you can tell, but they don't want to make that direct allusion to anything necessarily religious. I mean, there's like pentagrams and symbols occasionally, but yeah, but other than that, it's not. I don't think they necessarily want to go as far as to start mentioning the devil. They rather kind of vaguely allude to it, and then rather more directly. Hey, this. Oh yeah, the devil is all of this. Actually, and it turns out. Down and oh, what about this? See, I forgot. That's what I'm talking about. I just like, since that's like my third time doing this, I have to look at the map to find this shit. I think it helps that in this case that you are kind of encouraged to move around a bit more than wasting. They were all right in that area. We're asking for that. Actually been doing fairly well in this battle. Haven't started really gotten into it. Low on ammo. Did a good job of maneuvering. Oh, so they can't hit me too much. Now they got me. Oh. That was down there. That helps. And fuck you. I guess it does help that considering there's a lot these big main fight that these are big areas, so you're a lot of room to move around and not have to be the cannon click down. Very hope for you to can't really put you in a position to under you as long as you're moving. we go. Here we go again. This is one thing about this particular fight, is there's always cyber mancubus that spawn on that ledge. Sometimes there's been one time I've done this where it actually starts trying to follow you and move around, but other times it's just kind of just sat up there. They just kind of stay in that position and don't really follow you. They just kind of like hanging out on that ledge. Almost hitting me. Something was hitting me. What did it hit? Something. That it? Oh, there's one. I know there's a Baron actually in this fight. Hasn't shown up yet. There he is. I knew you were gonna. Oh. There we go. Nice thing is, like, once it's finished, right before the raid, there'll be this huge stock of ammo and armor. At least you'll replenish some. Any other ammo I might need, but hopefully I won't, because I didn't start really losing armor until towards the end of it. Have that ruin that as long as my armor stays above a certain threshold, I don't lose any ammo. I don't use it, I should say. I think we're up to just one more fight left. And the final boss. Since I only have two, I might as well, whoops. Missed the thing. Oh, I did. Here it is. There's like these switch secrets that open up rooms to be a ammo. Oh, and yeah, that one gets you that. Forgot. Basically gives you a supercharge. I don't know exactly what that is, power up is called in this game, but essentially it's like the supercharge. Oh, there's a power up. Power up in every. This. A lot of damage that doesn't last as long as it should. Or I'm not sure if I'm going to take it off. I would take off a point for that, but it is No, I'd actually, yeah, I'd actually, that, I realize it's a lot of issues that I kind of all go together in one issue. All kind of lumped, if I think about it, actually all lumped together as one issue. Issue about that. There's the eight charge. I'm really paying attention. Ram me on the side. That matter, Spectre do the same thing. Spectres are kind of worse because you can't for them. Break kills, so you can get your health and armor back. Well, if you have the room that left. Now it's worthless. I don't understand why they didn't allow for glory kills on the Spectre. I double shotted him. Get a big right now it's just God, you assholes. Any me with their fists. Oh, jeez. Romanculus. I don't remember this. I didn't remember that about this fight. God. Of the Barons. Oh, how did you not hit that guy? That made no sense. Could have been in line with the BFG. Oh, how that happened? Need me? Those two BFG shots made that last fight go way faster. So it was worth it, I think. Besides, I'll get BFG ammo back once I get to the final boss. BFG ammo in the room. So I shouldn't have to worry about it too much. I thought about the final boss. Do you really actually want to save the BFG ammo for later in the fight once you get to go down? If you use it too early, then you kind of get. You're kind of. I ended up losing the fight. One thing I haven't quite figured out is, like, there doesn't seem to be a definitive way to make sure you get, I don't know what gets you the health and armor back. She is fucked up.
So much.
I want to know exactly how she, from just that, she's turned into this thing. And wasn't it? Here comes Ultimate Doom to counter trip this. The final boss is the final boss for the first game, the Spider Mastermind. Another thing I don't understand about this boss is, like, do you do more damage by hitting it in the brain? But that should be a thing. Here's the BFG ammo. By the way, for a long time, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but a long time I didn't know what that was. I thought that might be armor, but no, it's BFG. Never, for a long time, I never knew what that was. What? Let's switch to... Ow. Okay. Right. Out of there. Stop chasing me. Getting so close to me. Don't stand. Don't stand. Don't stand so close to me. Oh, she's doing that now. Hated that. I hated that attack the first time I saw her. Basically electrifies the room. And, basically get out of the heat. Where you don't take damage. Oh, what is happening to her leg? Surprised that didn't hit me. Ow. That time it hit me. I'm running out of ammo, everything. Okay. Good time. Revelation of the fuck you, that didn't miss. Are you fucking serious? Ow. Land. Almost dead. I got her. There we go. And the best finishing move ever. Pick up the BFD on her throat, charge it up. Blow her fucking head off! Brains. Now me pull for the final cutscene of the game.
You've won. It's over. You stopped the invasion and closed the portal. But it's come at a price. Argent, Vega, this entire operation. You see, I've watched you work. Come to understand your motivation. You think the only way is to kill them all, leave nothing behind. And you may be right. But we can't just shut it all down. Without Argent Energy, it will be worse. I don't expect you to agree. But with this, we can continue our work. I am not the villain in this story. I do what I do because there is no choice.
Rerouting tether coordinates complete.
Our time is up. I can't kill you, but I won't have you standing in our way. Until we see each other again.
And that is the end. Apparently there's a teaser of the next game in the credits, but I've watched the credits all the way through, and maybe you're supposed to watch them the first time through when you finish the game, but I didn't see any teaser. Okay, let's play the credits just to show you. Doom credits contain spoilers if you haven't completed the game. What spoilers? I didn't see any. Anyways, while the credits are going, here is how I'm going to do this. And I'm going to take a point, do a 10-point score, take out a point for every flaw that I see, and especially the ones that reduce the enjoyment of the game for me. Okay, first off, positives. The combat is awesome. I like that they added the mod system. It's a cool idea. Love the gory kill. I love they really made the Doom Screen / Doom Slayer into this complete, even more of a badass than he was before. They really, with the gory kill system, is such a cool idea, and it really emphasizes that attitude. I don't know if they thought of the gory kill system first, or the idea of rip and tear, that tagline. Yeah, he really feels like he doesn't just want to shoot at the demons, he wants to grab the demons and just tear them apart with his bare hands. Story is overall pretty good, although it does feel like a retread of both original Doom and Doom 3, which was also a retread of, which itself was kind of a retread of the first Doom game. Come on, guys, it starts on Mars. There's Waste Corporation. There's no teleport. I will say there's no teleportation stuff with this one, and like that aspect is absent from this one. Because the first Doom, the original Doom and Doom 3 had the teleportation. This game does not have that. I will say that. Any other positives? Overall, the look of the game is fantastic. The graphics are awesome. The sound is fucking badass, although there are some tracks that it can be a bit grating. And I will say although the soundtrack is badass, it's not as... It's very... kind of a lot of chugging. It feels like it's like... It doesn't feel as memorable. There's no like memorable melodies as the original Doom was. To be fair, a lot of the soundtrack for the original Doom was basically pointed out that the melodies are almost if not straight up, there are practically straight up rip-offs of other classic like metal songs. There's someone have made videos comparing the melody, the specific melodies to other that. Yeah, they sound very similar to metal. Melodies sound almost exactly the same as certain classic metal songs. Anything else positive? Good thing. I love the upgraded designs of the monsters. They're awesome. And I do like that they've upgraded the monsters in general in terms of what they can do. It does give the game, a new feel in terms of like where it makes the demons more interesting to fight than they were before, and more that they've given them new aspects to them. Okay, I think that's about all I can think of for positives. Here come the negatives. Here we go. Biggest point that I'm going to take off for this game off of the 10-point scale: level design is not good. I'm sorry. And the biggest point against it is the power-up placement. I've said this before in several of the streams. Here's how I'm going to describe the problem as. When I walk into a room, if you will want me to use the power-up in the room, that's the first thing that should draw my eye when I walk in. The first thing I should see is the power-up. And if I don't see it immediately in the eye, I'm not going to notice it right away. And most of the time, I never move around that much, so oftentimes I would end up not grabbing it because I wouldn't see it in the immediate area I was fighting. So it just shouldn't be off. And the worst ones were sometimes it would be off in like a corner somewhere where you would not be able to see it unless you actually went in there and went to that area. That's just awful. Yeah, power-ups are just terrible. If the demons are the first thing that I see, I'm focusing on them. I'm not looking for a power-up in the room. Power-up should be the first thing that draws you out. Another thing is stop blocking my ability to go back to a previous area if it doesn't make sense for you to do that. Like, there's times where I want to go back and try to find the secrets I missed, but it will literally block the door behind me, and I have no idea why. Sometimes it makes sense, other times it just doesn't. Why is it so taboo for me to go back and try to get the stuff I missed? That was ridiculously annoying. Other problems is some of the platforms are there's stretches of times where the platforms are too narrow, or if you stand towards the edge, sometimes it felt like they have like this slope, maybe like a slight slope, just not near the edge. And I'm like, why does it have that there? Because in general, I found it too easy to fall to your death in this game. And I like the fact that Doom Eternal made it so it was an instant death if you fell off. I like that. What else? I'm trying to think of what else about the level design that sucks. Oh, the secrets. I should be able to do like a visual scan with my eyeballs. Find like, why aren't there like little switches that you can easily find with your eyes? No, I mean sometimes it's like a little cubby hole that if you look for it, you'll see it. Often the secrets felt like there were way too. And I know it's supposed to be secret, it's supposed to be hidden. But I should just be able to visually scan with my eyes and find it. I felt like the secrets were almost too hidden. The worst were that involved the classic maps. We had to find these like levers, and they were brown. They blended in so well with the rest of the level that it was just near impossible to find them. And even when I was looking for them, I couldn't find them. You pretty much almost have to know where they are. Just really waste your time going over and over and over until your eyes finally catches your eye. Oh, that's where it is. And they often are in areas that are kind of off the beaten path, of course, or at least slightly. So sometimes they aren't, but like sometimes you'll just bypass them entirely because you're just not looking. Even if it's on the main path, you won't see it because you won't think to look that it will be there. It's weird. Okay, I think that's all the points against the level design. So that's 1 point. So that makes it a 9 out of 10. A point that I won't necessarily say decreased my enjoyment of the game, but I do see it as a flaw, and I will take a point off, is for weapon and power-up imbalance. By that I mean, the super shotgun is so good that once you realize how good it is, you'll want to default to using it most of the game. And another problem is that the weapon mod is a cool idea, but I don't think it's executed well because every weapon has a mod that just seems to be the mod choice that you're going to want to stick with. You're not really going to really find a good use for the other mod. And in fact, I would say the plasma rifle mods, both of them are worthless, almost worthless. You'll hardly ever end up using them. So that's what I mean by weapon imbalance. Power-up imbalance. Certain power-ups last longer than others. That makes no sense. I could maybe see the invulnerability lasting short amount of time because of how powerful that is. But the quad damage? I mean, it comes from a Quake, but it's such a good power up. Why don't they let you use it longer? And considering it doesn't make sense The quad damage isn't that power up compared to Berserk. Berserk is like one of the most powerful power-ups that you use, yet you get to use it way longer than any of the other ones. That doesn't make any sense. What else? So that's 8 out of 10. Next point I would take off. I didn't say that Kinect. Shut up. Next point I will take off is for imbalance with the bosses. It's the first boss you face is the Cyber Demon, and I know it's the most one of, if not the most iconic demons of the series, but it's the first boss. The first boss should not be harder than the other bosses. The other bosses in the game were reasonably challenging. The Cyber Demon was an absolute nightmare to figure out its pattern and defeat it. You saw how much trouble that gave me. The other bosses were at least reasonably challenging, and I put the game on easy. That's where, I hate fucking difficulty spikes. I said that before, and that felt like a gigantic difficulty spike compared to everything else. It literally makes me go, well, I'm not playing this at a higher difficulty. Fuck you. This is why, one of the reasons I play games on the easiest setting first, just to find out if the game's going to throw me a curveball like that. That would be a 7 out of 10. That makes it a 7 out of 10. Finally, another point I'm going to have to take it off is controls aren't as good as they could be. They're not as, in a couple areas, they don't feel as smooth. One is the double jump doesn't feel like it's as reliable as it should be. It could be my timing is off, but I swear it just feels like it just doesn't work. It didn't work sometimes. The biggest problem, and I know you guys saw this, okay, you could argue against me on the double jumping thing, but this one, I'm sorry, I will love to see people defend this one because it was happening, is when it came to switching weapons in this game. Oftentimes I would go to the weapon wheel, try to highlight a weapon and switch to it, and it wouldn't switch. Even though I had the weapon highlighted, it wouldn't switch over. And I'm in the middle of fucking combat. That was so annoying. So that means that this game, if I do the 10-point scale and take a point off for every flaw, it's a 6 out of 10. Does that mean it's a bad game? No. Would I recommend this game? Oh, hell yeah. This game's awesome. It's fun as hell. I just think it has some issues. But yeah, hopefully that this stream works this time and I don't have to do again. There's no audio issues. It might be a while before I stream again because I don't know if the Kinect's going to fit with my other setup or if it's going to be able to see me. And I'm already having problems with the Kinect as I described when I started because I was having audio issues for no apparent reason. I've never had that issue happen before. Well, I mean, other than like you would hear the TV audio sometimes, but I know why that happened is because it fell, but I've never had it just straight up not record mic audio. That's never happened before. Not sure. I think I'm just gonna skip the credits. There's this supposed spoiler. I've never ended up seeing it. Before I go, I want to mention that this game has multiplayer achievements. I tried getting a multiplayer match. Nothing. Nobody's playing this game anymore. So I hate. That's one of the reasons a lot of people hate multiplayer achievements. Because once people have moved on, unless you can get a bunch of friends that also have the game to play with you, you're fucked. You won't be able to get those. If you're like if you're one that likes to get if you're like an achievement whore, I guess, or achievement for completionist or whatever, you want to get as much out of the game. Again, I am to a degree a completionist. I want to get as much out of the game as I can, but I'm just not. I'm probably not going to bother. There are some achievements I might try, but other than that, once I attempt those, I'm going to probably delete this game off my hard drive. And like I said again, hopefully it won't. Because I already have this on the Switch, and I want to make space because I do have other games that I want to play eventually that I want to make space for. But then there's the fact that I'm eventually getting the new Xbox, so I don't know. Anyway, maybe I shouldn't worry about it too much right now, but anyway. I thank you for all of you who are willing to watch out of curiosity my streams, although I don't seem to get a lot of people who watch them. In the end, I'm doing this for me and because it's fun for me and because it allows me to sort of be creative. It's sort of a creative outlook for me. And because this allows me to kind of essentially put out something that's going to be hopefully eternal, unless YouTube, I use the word eternal, or it's going to be at least last a while in case something that once I am no longer around, this will still be here. Never know. Yep, it's going to probably be a while to the next stream because I'm going to see what the new setup is like. I'm going to be getting the new console soon. I keep repeating myself. But anyway, till next time, hopefully I'll be able to stream again. This has been Roktan signing off. Slick out.